But you felt something at the walnut.
Yeah, I believe I did.
Ian, what are you doing?
Last night I remembered. Well, she always used to come down here in the summer to write her letters. I reckon it must be under here.
That's just plain daft.
Yeah, well, it's not as daft as standing around trying to make contact with the dead, is it? Yeah. There you are. Hidden treasure.
What's this?
That's a florin. My dad used to have a whole pile of them. Used to be worth 2 bob.
Mr. Bolland would do his nut if he knew what you were up to.
Stop complaining. It's in his interests and all, isn't it?
I thought as an art student you'd have heard of Lucio Gazzeri.
My studies were ceramics and pre-Raphaelite sculpture.
Oh, my God, my soup is good.
What's so special about this cabinet?
I'll tell you what's so special. The fee. Now, the butler and his friends have promised 1,000 if we find that will.
He thought it was in a secret drawer which he knew about. Taste.
Maybe she didn't like her servants and decided to leave the money elsewhere.
But she didn't. That's the whole point. And pretty soon the money's just going to disappear into the state coffers.
Oh, that makes me quite queasy. Do you know, if you had vibrations from the walnut, or whatever they call it, Trevor, you have to follow up.
You had vibration from a walnut?
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Completely nuts.
Now then, can I help you, sir?
Yes, you have a piece of furniture for restoration from the Donington estate, a Gazzeri cabinet?
Oh, well, now, I would have to look up my records for that one.
It's here, all right. Came in yesterday.
Well, if it's in for restoration, it's not for viewing except in the normal way prior to the auction, which will be at the house.
Perhaps I should explain. As you probably know, Lady Donington died without leaving a will, and we missed that particular piece.
You missed it?
On the PTI 130.
The P...
Preliminary Treasury inventory. We have to have our own details, as well as you auction people.
Well, then, you could have saved yourself the bus fare by phoning. Aren't you familiar with the cabinet anyway?
Only from Bolland, the butler's description. Look, these desks are all the same to me. All I need is a couple of minutes to jot down the general shape, number of drawers, handles, and escutcheons.
Right then. Well, if you'll wait here a moment.
I think he doesn't believe you are this general person.
He doesn't have to. He just has to believe I might be from the government.
Well, there, sir. Sorry to keep you waiting. What you're after is underneath that sheet. Why don't you help yourselves?
Thank you. Good idea.
Let's go.
Not the Gazzeri cabinet.
I may not be an expert. Even I know the difference between walnut veneer and a 9-bob note. Let's have a look at that photograph. Ugh, not very flattering. Still, you got the cabinet in.
Don't forget those two are in the same class.
Look, you do your job and I'll be all right.
He's just doing proper.
I'll do your job well.
Your tea. And the government man upstairs in my lady's bedroom would like a word with you when you have a minute.
Thank you. I don't think we're their favourite people. Never mind. Nice bickies. I'd better go and see what the man from Whitehall wants.
And none of you has any idea where these things might be? Amongst them, the little oval snuff box, which we were looking for yesterday, and which I know was on her dressing table until recently. In that case, I'm afraid the police must be informed. I am told they have already been informed. You're quite correct, Mr. Moon. This most definitely is not my lady's cabinet.
Why show me a different one?
A more pertinent question might be, where exactly is the gazelle?
They're here, Mr. Bolland.
Oh, thank you, Lemmy. Would you please excuse me? A most unpleasant business to attend to. Most unpleasant.
Arrested?
Yeah. She'd been nicking Lady Doddington's stuff. Jewellery, silver.
Well, surely they didn't have to take her in. I mean, not at her age.
Well, the guy from the Treasury spotted it. And she broke down and confessed she'd sold them.
Well, that's terrible. Suppose she gets a prison sentence.
No, not if she doesn't have a record. Mind you, you never can tell with these refined lady companions.
Well, I suppose this is a job for Sergeant Evis.
I'm afraid you'll still have to make a court appearance.
Oh, I'm dreading that.
Well, if only you hadn't sold those things. We'll recover them, of course. You'll have to hand over the money.
Well, of course I will. I haven't spent it. It's in my sewing basket. I feel so ashamed. I just want to die.
Nonsense. Now, go on, off you go. Good girl. Thanks, Sergeant Evis. You're a very sweet man.
Yeah, well, I'll drink to that.
Cheer up, Noni. Have a cream cake.
Oh, you're very kind, Mrs. Moon, but I have no appetite when I think of the mess I'm in.
Oh, well, you're not going to go to prison. Sergeant Evis said so.
None of this might have happened if we'd found my lady's will.
Zelda! Over here.
Hello, Gladys. You're not in France this week?
No.
Why, Miss Barrington, what are you doing here?
Have you two met?
Of course we have. Lady Doddington had me up at the house plenty of times. How are you then?
Oh, not too bright today.
I am sorry her ladyship passed away.
Trouble is, she pegged out with no provision for her staff. There's a whole clan up there, all trying to find the will.
Oh, dear.
We're being booted out, and the government's taking it all.
Zelda, have you ever made any psychic communication for Lady Doddington?
Oh, yes. Quite a few seances. Well, she was always wanting to get in touch with some relative or the other. I spoke to her hubby, the Viscount, twice.
You don't suppose you could get in touch with her on the other side?